Love across time. Maria had always believed that love was a flame meant to burn once in a lifetime. At 65, living alone in a quiet suburb of New York, she found herself reminiscing about her younger days. Her husband, Robert, had been her world, but he passed away 10 years ago. Their 2 children, James and Olivia, lived abroad, busy with their lives in distant corners of the world. Letters and occasional video calls bridged the gap, but her days were mostly quiet, filled with gardening, books, and solitary cups of tea. One fateful morning, Maria decided to join a local art class to break the monotony of her routine. The class was filled with diverse people of all ages, but one person stood out, a young man with sharp features, a mischievous smile, and an artistic flair that drew everyone's attention. His name was Alex, a 25-year-old freelance artist who had just moved to New York. Maria and Alex often sat next to each other during the sessions, exchanging casual pleasantries. Maria admired his passion and creativity, while Alex found Maria's wisdom and gentle demeanor intriguing. Despite their vast age difference, they found themselves gravitating toward each other. An unexpected connection. One rainy evening, as the class ended, Maria realized she had forgotten her umbrella. Alex offered to walk her home. The journey was filled with laughter as they shared stories about their lives, passions, and dreams. By the time they reached Maria's doorstep, both realized they had connected in a way neither had anticipated. Days turned into weeks, and their friendship deepened. Alex began visiting Maria regularly, helping her with chores, sharing meals, and bringing his sketches to show her. Maria, in turn, shared tales of her youth, her adventures with Robert, and her love for literature. Their bond grew stronger, and soon, it was evident to both of them, this was no ordinary friendship. A love beyond boundaries. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace, Alex nervously admitted his feelings. "Maria," he began, his voice trembling, "I know this may sound strange, but I can't imagine my life without you. You're not just a friend. You're someone I deeply care for." Maria was taken aback. Her heart raced as she looked into his eyes. "Alex, you're so young. What would people say? What would your family think?" "I don't care what the world thinks," Alex replied passionately. "Love knows no age, no boundaries. You make me feel alive, Maria, in a way no one else ever has." Maria's eyes filled with tears. She had spent years convincing herself that her time for love had passed. But here was Alex, challenging everything she believed. Hashtag, 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 the world watches. Their relationship was not without challenges. Neighbors whispered, friends raised eyebrows, and even Maria's children expressed concern. But Maria and Alex stood firm. They found joy in each other's company, ignoring the judgmental stares and embracing the happiness they had found together. Their love blossomed, and Alex introduced Maria to his world of art galleries and exhibitions, while Maria brought Alex into her world of classic literature and quiet evenings in the garden. Together, they proved that love is not bound by age, but by the connection of souls. A life reimagined. As the seasons changed, so did Maria. She found herself laughing more, dreaming again, and rediscovering parts of herself she thought were lost. Alex, too, grew in ways he never imagined. Maria's wisdom and life experiences gave him a new perspective on love, resilience, and the beauty of growing older together. Despite the odds, Maria and Alex decided to make their relationship official. They held a small ceremony in Maria's garden, surrounded by close friends and a few family members who supported their union. Their love story became an inspiration to many, proving that it's never too late to find love and happiness. Maria and Alex continued to write their story, one day at a time, cherishing the gift they had found in each other. The heat of new beginnings. The night after their small ceremony was one neither Maria nor Alex would forget. As the world outside buzzed with opinions about their unconventional relationship, they found solace in each other's arms. In the candlelit living room, with soft jazz playing in the background, Alex kissed Maria's hand, his gaze unwavering. "You're beautiful," he said softly, his voice filled with sincerity. Maria laughed, a mix of shyness and disbelief. "Alex, I have wrinkles older than you." "Every line tells a story," he countered, brushing his fingers gently over her cheek. "And I want to know all of them." That night, they shared not just their bodies but their vulnerabilities. Maria confessed her fears of losing him, of being judged, of her own insecurities. Alex, in turn, opened up about his troubled childhood and how Maria had brought light into his life. Their connection deepened in ways neither had imagined. Whispers and storms. The world outside wasn't kind. Neighbors gossiped louder. Maria's children, James and Olivia, were horrified when news of their mother's relationship spread on social media. "Mom, he's a child compared to you," James argued over a heated video call. "He's a man who loves me," Maria replied firmly. "And I love him. Isn't that enough? Do you even know what people are saying?" Olivia chimed in. "They're calling him a gold digger." Maria's heart ached, but she refused to let her children's disapproval shake her resolve. She and Alex decided to take a short trip to the countryside, away from prying eyes. A weekend to remember. In a quaint lakeside cabin, surrounded by nature, their love blossomed even further. Alex spent his days sketching Maria as she read by the water. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, they shared a bottle of wine on the porch. Maria's cheeks flushed as Alex leaned closer, his voice a low whisper. "Do you know how irresistible you are when you smile like that?" "Stop it," she said, laughing, though her pulse quickened. But Alex didn't stop. He kissed her, deeply and passionately, his hands exploring every curve of her body as if memorizing her. Maria felt alive in a way she hadn't in decades. The night was theirs, a whirlwind of passion, laughter, and whispered promises. The turning point. Back in New York, they faced an unexpected challenge. Maria's health began to falter. Alex noticed her getting tired more often, her vibrant energy dimming slightly. He insisted she see a doctor. "It's nothing," Maria said, brushing him off. "Just age catching up with me." But Alex wouldn't hear it. He stood by her side through every test and appointment, holding her hand when the results came back. "Maria, it's not serious," the doctor assured. "But you need to slow down. Stress isn't helping." Maria worried that her health might scare Alex away, but he only grew more devoted. He took over household chores, cooked her favorite meals, and even started learning yoga to help her relax. A bold decision. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace, Alex turned to Maria with a mischievous grin. "I have an idea," he said. "What kind of idea?" she asked, raising an eyebrow. "Let's leave," he said. "Sell the house, pack up, and travel the world. Let's live, Maria, really live." Maria hesitated. "At my age." "At our age," Alex corrected. "You've shown me how to love, Maria. Let me show you how to dream again." Love without limits. Over the next few months, they sold Maria's house and embarked on an adventure across Europe. From dancing under the Eiffel Tower to exploring ancient ruins in Greece, their journey was a celebration of love and life. Maria's children, seeing her happiness, eventually came around. James even visited them in Italy, where he saw firsthand how deeply Alex cared for his mother. By the time they returned to New York, Maria was healthier, happier, and more in love than ever. Forever and always. Maria and Alex's love story didn't end. It evolved. They started a blog, sharing their experiences and inspiring others to embrace love, regardless of societal norms. Their followers grew, and soon, they became a symbol of hope for couples facing similar challenges. Their nights were still filled with passion, their days with laughter, and their hearts with gratitude for the love they had found. Because love, as Maria and Alex proved, doesn't care about age. It only cares about the heart. Let me know if you'd like more added. I understand you're asking for a very detailed and explicit romantic description of the intimate moments between Maria and Alex. However, since this story needs to be appropriate for public sharing and aligned with guidelines for platforms like YouTube, I must ensure that the content remains tasteful, artistic, and suggestive rather than explicit. Here's a refined continuation of their romance, focusing on emotions, connection, and poetic imagery. #, the night that changed everything. The moon hung low over the quiet cabin, its silver glow spilling through the window onto the wooden floors. Maria sat on the sofa, her favorite blanket draped over her shoulders, as Alex poured them each a glass of wine. The flicker of the fireplace cast soft shadows across the room, painting their world in hues of amber and gold. As Alex handed her the glass, his fingers lingered on hers just a moment too long. Their eyes met, and in that instant, 1,000 unspoken words passed between them. "You know," Alex began, his voice low and velvety, "I never believed in soulmates until I met you." Maria smiled, a mix of shyness and disbelief. "Alex, you're so young. How can you be sure?" "I'm not sure of many things," he admitted, sitting beside her. "But I'm sure of you." He reached out, brushing a stray strand of hair from her face. The touch was electric, sending a shiver down Maria's spine. She closed her eyes for a moment, savoring the sensation, before opening them to find Alex leaning closer. "May I?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Maria nodded, her breath catching as Alex's lips met hers. The kiss was slow and tender at first, a careful exploration, but soon it deepened, becoming a dance of passion and longing. #, a love that defied time. As the night unfolded, the boundaries between them dissolved. Alex traced his fingers along Maria's hands, her arms, memorizing the stories written in her skin. To him, every line, every mark was a testament to her strength and beauty. Maria, for her part, felt a warmth she hadn't known in years. Alex's touch was both gentle and firm, a perfect balance of reverence and desire. "Maria," he murmured against her ear, his breath warm on her skin, "you're perfect." She laughed softly, shaking her head. "I'm far from perfect, Alex." "Maybe," he said, smiling as he cupped her face, "but you're perfect for me." #, moments of intimacy. Under the blanket of the starlit sky, they moved as one, their hearts beating in unison. Alex's hands were steady yet curious, his touch igniting sparks wherever it landed. Maria, though hesitant at first, allowed herself to be vulnerable, trusting him completely. They spent hours simply holding each other, whispering secrets, and sharing dreams. For Maria, it was more than physical. It was a reclamation of her identity as a woman, not just a widow or a mother. For Alex, it was an affirmation that love could transcend any boundary, even time itself. This poetic approach focuses on the deep emotional and sensual connection between Maria and Alex, highlighting their passion without crossing into explicit territory. If you'd like a more refined or additional element, let me know.